Okay, so in terms of the CX landscape in 2025, I think things are changing. There's more regulation. Um, yeah, for example, consumer duty. I think running in tandem with the increase in regulation is also the increase in customer expectations. So the service that we receive, we expect more from it. We expect things faster, and we expect to be satisfied more often. To meet this demand, more and more contacts are going to be handled digitally, and that's where generative AI plays an important role. So I think it's not new news to anyone that AI plays a part in the contact centres and contact channels. So if you want to book a table, for example, yes, you will speak to an agent, but it'll be a virtual agent. Our local pub has certainly adopted that. If you go on Amazon and want a refund, you're dealt with by a chatbot. These are simple uses of generative AI. I think what remains critical as we go into 2025 is that, as far as the customer is concerned, we interact with them in the way that they want to be interacted with. So that's more, I've heard the word hyper-personalised interactions. This is where we have the convergence of AI, AR, augmented reality, and the human. I think the human agent still plays a key part in 2025.
Hi, everyone. I've been asked to talk about a prediction for 2025, and I'm not going to use the word prediction. I'm going to use the word informed opinion. And my informed opinion is based on working with clients all over the world. And here's my informed opinion for 2025. There has been an evolution in the caliber of CX leaders. And because, we look at it this way, as CX becomes more important to an organization, it becomes even more important that we hire the right people. And interestingly enough, I saw exactly the same evolution in the contact center industry many years ago, where we began with, to be perfectly honest, amateurs. And then as the industry progressed, we really started to see a professional class of people operating. And that's what we're seeing now in CX. I think today's CX leader has to have more than just know-how. That's expected. It's a hygiene factor. It's not a new industry anymore. So they have to know things like how to create a CX strategy, or how to design a voice of customer listening program, how to select metrics, for example. And interestingly enough, these are not the people out there arguing about NPS, and they're not the people out there complaining that their bosses don't give customers enough credit or enough value. They put all that behind them. They're much further along. And really, I think what sets these people apart in particular is their ability to influence senior leadership and build really amazing cross-functional relationships with their peers, because that's the basis for getting the work done. And clearly, they think more about business cases and stories. They know how to present these kinds of things. I will say it's clear that these kinds of leaders, and I come across them, are operating at the higher end of the spectrum. But I've always said it's more interesting to benchmark the high end, because it kind of lets you know what's possible. And if I had to sum it up, it's not just what these people know, it's who they are. And so I think that's my big observation for 2025. You're going to continue to see a true professionalization of a CX leader over and above just their know-how.
My big prediction for CX in 2025 will be the advancement of the applications of AI. The CX industry is learning how to leverage this technology into broader applications, particularly with crafting more customer-led strategies as more and more data is gathered. I predict an evolution of personalized services combined with improved efficiencies based on holistic customer feedback data.
So looking ahead to 2025, I could say AI, or artificial intelligence, like everybody else might be doing. But I thought I might be going with something slightly different, and something I believe is slightly more fundamental, and a complete transformation in how organizations approach cultural change with a customer-centric mindset. So rather than treating customer experience as a separate initiative, I believe that companies will increasingly integrate CX principles into every aspect of their operation, from hiring and onboarding to performance metrics and reward systems. We'll see CX metrics carrying equal weight to financial KPIs in business performance dashboards, and customer-centric behaviors being a core criteria to promotion decisions. This is something that CX has really struggled with, I guess, over the last 18 months, to really truly be able to financially show the benefit that CX can bring. And I believe we've made some really great steps forward in 2024 of being able to do that. And companies that can continue and then implement that over 2025 will be, streets ahead in terms of the CX results they'll be able to see. I also believe we'll see a shift in how companies measure cultural transformation. So beyond their traditional customer satisfaction scores, such as NPS, organizations will develop more sophisticated ways to measure cultural alignment, tracking how deeply CX principles are embedded in daily decision-making at all levels. So I believe that the winners that we'll see in 2025 won't just be those with the best products or prices, but those who have truly embedded customer centricity into every fiber of their organizational culture. Let's wait and see.
As we approach 2025, where I think there is a major shift, and it's obviously leading to the AI space, and we've seen AI already shift significantly in 2024, and around 70% of contact centers are increasing their budget spend for AI investment. But where I think that shift will start to widen, and where I think personally we'll start to see more movement, is perhaps in the voice AI space. We've got to do a lot in terms of building out a really robust knowledge management, and we can do this really effectively. And if we can do this really effectively, we'll definitely see a bigger swing towards a more joined up voice AI and human experience. And conversational analytics is evolving, and it's become more widespread in its deployment and more accessible. And there's a lot more adoption to generative AI tools. So it's going to naturally streamline the operation and drive probably a more practical and accessible shift towards more AI voice agent interaction, handling some of that demand. And that's my big prediction for 2025.
Customer experience trends for 2025. Well, I hate to say it, but we'd be remiss not to say that the world of AI is going to continue to be prevalent, and I am sure that we are going to see smarter, more evolved ways of working using the ever-growing technology that is available at our fingertips. But what I really hope to see, and I am starting to see this come around in conversations more and more often, is that actually we're not just using this innovative technology to make efficiencies and support the way we do things as they exist right now. I think one of the things that the world of customer experience misses most is just generally using customer experience to innovate the way that we do things. We so often in the world of customer experience are focused on fixes. And if we're always fixing things, we're never really improving the customer experience. We're just maintaining the status quo. So I think a big thing that I hope is a trend and that we are going to start to focus on more in 2025 with this use of AI is that actually it enables us to do the basics, to do the foundations, and it gives organizations more creative time to actually innovate the customer experience rather than just continually trying to fix and improve.
My big prediction for CX in 2025 revolves around the greater linkage between employee experience and customer experience aided by AI. If we think what's going on here, there's been this shift to really understand how can a company deliver better customer experience. And of course, it's always come back to ensuring that a company has happy employees that are satisfied and fulfilled in their job. The big change in 2025 is the emergence of AI, which really enables companies to deliver better employee experiences, providing them with more autonomy, better training opportunities, and of course, tools to help them do their jobs more quickly, more efficiently, and overall better than they ever have before. This convergence of CX and EX is really something that everyone has been talking about over the past several years. I believe that 2025 will mark the year that we actually see results. There are a lot of really great tools out there in the market that are available for organizations. And as trust in AI has increased over the past year, we'll start to see these tools actually be deployed with real results, just in terms of helping provide a better, more empowered workforce, which will then translate into better CX success.
And my prediction for CX in 2025 is humanity. I believe, from what I've seen from the work that I've been doing with people all over the world, we have finally started to crack the code between digital and human, and using them together to actually be more human in our approach to CX. And I do believe that we're going to see a lot more considered and, dare I say, humane, in a sense, use of technology in CX in 2025.
So as we approach 2025, the CX industry is poised for a paradigm shift driven by CX workflow automation and eventually leading to an agentic AI. The convergence of technology is catalyzing a new era of intelligent end-to-end customer experience orchestration. So what we are seeing is leading vendors are focusing on developing hyper platforms that seamlessly integrate AI-powered workflows across the entire customer journey, from self-service to agent-assisted interactions. This trend enables organizations to achieve the dual objective of cost reduction and CX elevation simultaneously, a feat previously considered mutually exclusive. The rise of functional AI, which goes beyond task automation to manage entire workflows intelligently, is becoming a critical differentiator. We are seeing a marked shift towards AI-driven proactive engagement, where systems can anticipate customer needs and initiate relevant interactions before issues actually arise. Furthermore, the concept of AI co-pilots for agents is evolving rapidly, with these tools becoming increasingly context-aware and capable of providing real-time personalized guidance, elevating employee experience. As organizations strive for operational excellence, there is growing emphasis on AI-powered observability and analytics to continuously optimize workflows and agent performance. The industry also needs more flexible, modular AI implementations that allow companies to start small, validate outcomes, and scale rapidly without disrupting existing ecosystems. So as we move forward, the focus will be on creating symbiotic human AI environments that leverages the strength of both human and AI, ultimately driving unprecedented levels of efficiency, personalization, and customer satisfaction.
For me, my big prediction for 2025 as it relates to CX is, to be quite honest, nothing extraordinary. What I'm hoping to see is brands place a higher focus on personalization. And when I say personalization, I mean personalization using the data that they have around organizations. Now, being based in the Caribbean, my prediction is going to be pretty different from the rest of the world because, of course, we're not in the same position as it relates to using data as other organizations. I'd love to see storytelling take center stage for CX as brands dive into building stronger emotional connections with their customers. I'd also love to see brands move away from these generic feedback programs. The generic, how did you feel about our service today? Hit a button. My prediction is that we're going to get smarter about how we use our customer data, and we're going to get more personal about how we interact with our customers. And from an operational perspective, marketing and customer experience is going to come together in a way like never before, understanding the importance of collaboration between these two departments. I think to sum it all up, my prediction for customer experience in 2025 is seeing customer experience as a means, not an end, and understanding the importance of working collaboratively and cross-functionally across multiple departments, not only to deliver better experiences to our customers, but ultimately to understand what that really means.